All right, so before we get too far going here, I just want to tell you, if anyone hasn't been in Zoom before, at the bottom of your screen, bottom left-hand corner, you will see your audio mute. So if you should have a busy or noisy environment, just feel free to click mute. I will start the call muting everyone out, which I am going to do right now. So as of the moment, everyone has been muted. And if you'd like to ask a call, all you have to do is press the mute in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. It should be down there, okay? Unless you're in Japan, then it's over there. No, I'm not sure. Okay. Cool. And you're more than welcome to jump online or jump on and just jump into the conversation at any time if you do have a questions. So let's get started. So my name is Matthew Boxler. I'm an Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, and I also do body work and would pretty much consider myself a certified miracle worker of sorts. All that is due to the last 8 years of working with Gary Douglas, kindest man on the planet, and Dane here, the most magic being I know. 10 years ago, my life was very different, and I would not say that it was a very happy one. And there's a whole lot more of everything I'm asking for in my life, and it continues to expand. As I've worked with the Access tools, I've recognized it's a lot more fun to be on planet Earth with all of you guys if you're having fun too. So that's why I do what I do, and this is my primary occupation, is to see if I can just make a little bit of change for anybody that's desiring it and asking for it, and that person perhaps can make a little change for somebody else, and we can have the 100 monkey effect happening faster than we think. So thank you all for being here. So tonight's call is really a slightly different aspect of the money question, and it's what does it take to create all the money I need for any classes that I'm desiring or asking for, or what does it take to have all that money with a sense of ease and joy. And where I want to start with that is acknowledging me 10 years ago and me now. So 10 years ago, I worked a lot. I worked really hard. I put in my hours. It wasn't a lot of fun, but I managed to get enough sense of satisfaction out of all the money that came out of it that I didn't notice how abusive it was to my body and how it wasn't very fun doing things, earning money that wasn't a joyful experience. So how many people out there have been in a job or have a job now where it's a bit of an abuse just to be there? It's just like your head's like, oh, like this, or you're not in a joyful space. Does anybody on the call have that going on? Just a few. Okay, good. Good, yeah, and there's a different possibility for it that's going on right now, and a lot of it is due to the changes that Access Consciousness has created in the world. As Access Consciousness is a group, is a body of tools that, and Claire says definitely had it. Okay, cool. Yeah, right. And if you have no video, a quick little tech thing, toggle your video button in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen next to your mute. And Gustav Mergen says to everyone, yes, working tight now. I'll take that to mean that working a lot and not having a lot of fun doing it, trying to make the money meet. Well, here's the cool thing. I'm going to start with this. It's something that just kind of blurted out of my mind recently, and it's basically that money in this reality, this plus minus right wrong negative positive reality. Money is an algorithm that was created in this reality to support worth and balance. Now, worth and balance, okay? So that means if you have to have money, you have to have what? You have to have a worth. And if you're not feeling very worthy because you're not feeling very happy, then is money actually going to come to you? Is money going to exist in your life very easily? No, not in this reality. So how do we use this to our advantage in a different way is what we're going to talk about on this call. So worth and balance. Does balance exist in an unlimited universe? Right? No. That would be a no, Bob. Balance doesn't exist because balance is dependent upon a container that says this is how much matter, energy, and space exists, and this is what we all have to work with, is this limited amount. But once you've gotten your bars around a couple times, how excited are you to have a different reality with money and joy and family and whatever it is you're asking for? Really excited? Or not excited at all? Yeah, we got really excited. Exactly. So let's start there with a couple of clearings. So, and then once again, if you guys have questions, and it can be your own personal content, your questions are what's going to actually contribute immensely to the call, because there's going to be somebody else on the call that's not going to ask your question, that your question can actually help unlock things for them and for you. And 1 + 1 equals a godzillion in the world that's outside of the balanced world, the infinite world, if you would. So let's start with all the points of view. Would you acknowledge all the points of view? Hey, everybody. Hi, all the newbies there. We got some joyful faces. Money follows joy. We're going to talk about that in a minute, too. Hey? All the points of view that you took on to be true before you were the age of 2, would you acknowledge all of those? Right, there's heaps of them. Those were all the points of view that were bouncing around in your parents' heads that you had no idea and no way to actually understand them, because you probably hadn't even learned to speak. But as a very short, infinite being at 2 years old, how much did you just absorb everything that was going on around you and presume it to be true? Is that really light for you? Right, because your parents were the source of everything in your world. They were, not to make your parents wrong, but just the way this world is created, they became the source of everything that's true and false. Now, everyone also surely came to this world with their own points of view, from past lives or before lives or whatever your particular belief system is. So with that, acknowledging all that weirdness that's going on, you may not be able to cognitively put your finger on what those points of view are, but can we acknowledge them all now, please? About what money is that was told to us by the people we grew up around and with. And would you all be willing to destroy and uncreate all of that? Okay. This is the clearing statement. For anybody that doesn't know it or isn't familiar with it, you can go to www.theclearingstatement.com and get a really quick download. So everything that doesn't allow you to destroy and uncreate all the points of view that you grew up with before too, can we destroy and uncreate all those times a godzillion? Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all died, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah. So who had parents that you remembered growing up with that were so happy that when you walked in the house, you just immediately broke into a huge space of bliss and ease? Come on, I want to see one person. Come on. Okay, that's on a different call. Okay, so how much of joy and bliss and ease were extricated, were not included with money when you were growing up? A lot, were they completely separated? Was the hardworking ethic that's part of who you have become to be, did part of it come from that? Yeah, exactly. So all the places where we have separated joy from money, can we destroy and uncreate all that? Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. So as we spoke of earlier in the call, if money is the algorithm created in this reality to support worth and balance, and worth and balance do not exist in the unlimited universe of you as an infinite being, how can we use this to our advantage? Does everyone know what an algorithm is? Okay. Yeah, so an algorithm is, if I reach A, then I must either go to B or C. And D through Z are not an option. So it basically says if that algorithm of money is in place, how many different ways can you be with money that are beyond the algorithm? Not many, because you wouldn't have had any tools to say there was something else is possible, right? Okay, so we are going to start with, the next piece is going to be a question about how many algorithms are you aware of in your world that were created by your parents that you're willing to destroy now around money? Okay, put a bubble around your phone and your laptop and your car, because they need the algorithms, okay? Hi, guys. Okay, and let's destroy them. We're going to collect some energy between our hands. So if everybody use your hands, because money's primary purpose is to make your body happy. Okay, so let's gather all the energy we can between our hands from, let's say, 100 miles in all directions from our body, and allow it to gather up, and your body will start to give you sensations as it starts to feel like they're pushing apart. And on 5, we're going to do 5 5s to destroy all the money algorithms that exist in our reality that don't belong to us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. I think I may have destroyed some of my math in there in the process. Okay, more space or less space for you guys? Is there a little bit more space of joy? Do you feel lighter? Okay, algorithms. Okay, so awesome. Okay, so I think the biggest piece that we can change here next is how many people aren't willing to believe that money can be easy for them. And you can raise a hand. This is an honesty check. So if you don't believe money can be easy for you, or there's even an inkling of that in your reality, raise your hand. Okay. And if you don't have video, then raise your awareness. Raise your awareness. I'll just check on your awareness then. Okay, good. Half the people don't have video. That's cool. Okay, cool. So all the points of view that money has to be hard has to be dependent upon someone else having money easy. Okay, so how many people do you know that are easy with money that you actually want to be around? That they have heaps of money? Or do you kind of like go, nah, I don't really want to hang out with them. I don't trust them. Money's too easy for them. They must be evil, right? So this just came up recently. They had the Evil teleseries set of calls, and it was so huge. So if you're not willing to be evil, how much are you willing to have more money than you can spend? And everything that comes up around that can we destroy and uncreate times a godzillion. Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts, boys, and be on spoilers, but energy around that. So we're going to use a clearing off the evil call, which was what agendas, concentricities, and alignments are you using to never receive money as the total ease that you could be choosing? And everything that comes up around that can we destroy and uncreate times a godzillion. Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. So once we get through a little bit of clearings, we're going to do a money pull. Okay, so stick with me, guys. I got your backs, I got your fronts, I got your sides. Whatever you show me, I got it. I got it. I want you guys all to be richer than me. Okay? Please, please. Okay, good. Great. So what agendas, concentricities, and undeniable resistance to money as an evil are you choosing? And everything that comes up around that can you destroy and uncreate times a godzillion. Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. Whew. Okay, what agendas, what hidden agendas and obvious agendas, concentricities, which are solidified structures, and, oh, what was the third thing I said? Hold on here, Steph K. Let me unmute you. Yes, what was it, Steph? Oh, apparently your computer is muted.
There. Undeniable resistance.
Undeniable resistance. Thank you, dear. Okay. So what agendas, concentricities, and undeniable resistance to money as an evil are you choosing that's creating your no money future? And everything that comes up around that, can you destroy and uncreate times a godzillion? Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyonds. So if you've decided money or some aspect or element of money is evil, then are you, how hard does that make it for you to receive it? Really hard or really easy? If you've decided some aspect of money is evil, who's decided some aspect of money is evil? Okay, I'm looking at all the pictures. They look cool. Okay, good. If you have decided any aspect of money is evil, then that's immediately going to reduce 50% of the money possibilities that you can actually receive. You have to cut off 50% of the possible revenues that you could receive easily if you have decided any part of money is evil. Now, it's true, money is and can be used for evil, but what is evil in your world? And where have you identified evil and money as an inseparability? Has any of you done that? Have you identified money and evil as inseparable? Truth. Yeah, no, okay, so Linda, you're saying that money and evil are separate? Linda, ad sets? No? No, okay, good, all right. Okay, cool. Okay, so what agendas, let's run this clearing one more time and see what else we can pull out of this. It still has a little bit of energy on it. What agendas, concentricities, and undeniable resistance to money, to evil as money are you using to create the no money future you're choosing? And everything that comes up around that can we destroy and uncreate times a godzillion. Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts, boys, and beyond. Let's read that one more time. Once again, these clearings don't necessarily make any sense. So if your mind's wandering, that's a good thing. I'm telling you now, because these clearings basically will go right around your head, because anything your mind cannot compute, you won't be able to control. So we'll be able to access the energy of money that's beyond your mind. Because if you guys could have figured it out with your mind, you would have done it about 1 trillion years ago, right? Exactly. Okay, cool. Oh, looky there. There's Maria and Claire and Angie, and I'm just like noticing all these pictures as my vision starts to clear a little bit. Hi, everybody. And Hiroko and Haiyan. Did I get that right? And Yasunori and Steph K and Brenda Eaton and Linda and Meg Campbell and Bill Thomason. Yeah. Bill, it's good to have a man on the call. How cool is that? Somebody with outdoor plumbing. Couple, 3 of you guys. How awesome is that? These girls probably get bored with all the indoor versions all the time. It makes a nice diversity. Okay. Okay. And okay, here we go. Where was I? Okay. So I've got that clearing. I'll send that clearing out with the call recording also. But how would everyone like to do a money poll? Is there anybody who doesn't know what an energy poll is per Access Consciousness definition? If you don't, just raise your hand and I can give you let's go ahead and just talk about what an energy poll is really simply. So energy polls, in a nutshell, this is how Gary Douglas created Access Consciousness. And what it is pulling some energy into a space and allowing that space to receive from the entire universe and putting what you're actually asking into that bubble in front of you and pulling heaps of energy into it, okay? And what that does is fuels it and grows it and brings all the possibilities into it that can actually make it happen in your world much quicker than it can just using a hammer and beating it out, at work or trying to do a 9-to-5, 40-hour-a-week job. So we are going to do an energy pull now, which is going to be on pulling more money into your classes than you need. How cool would that be? And we're going to give you a couple of the cool tricks and tips and so forth to do it so that there's more money than you need for the classes, so you can actually start creating beyond the classes and allow the classes to contribute to you monetarily also. Okay, so if that went all right over the tops of your heads, yes, how much better does it get than that? Woohoo! So number one thing with money is money follows the vibration of joy, okay? So if you're in a space where you're not happy, if you choose happiness, just choose it. You're already opening the front door to money. Why is that? Because money has been made this algorithm, like we talked about at the beginning of the call, that's part of this balance and worth. Now, the balance, which is a container that can only have so much space in it, if it's introduced to joy, which exists in the unlimited world, it's in the unlimited universe where everything's possible. That container it's just going to gravitate to all of this extra space because it's less dense when you're being in joy. And joy and money loves the space where things are less dense. It just like goes there. It's an energy. So would everybody be willing to just choose to be joy? I can see a couple of you are doing it. Yep, Bill, what would it take for you to crack one of them big smiles I saw earlier? Come on now. There we go. That's a joy. Joy bomb. Bill Joy bomb. Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. So when you say choose joy, if you're a person like me, I grew up in a rather depressed family. So that depression's always omnipresent in the background. There's only a certain amount of it I could eradicate. But then I had to be an allowance that that's what my family chose, was not to be happy all the time. And the level of caring and kindness and gratitude you have for you will create beyond all of that a billionfold if you choose it. So would you all be willing to acknowledge, bye, Jennifer. See ya. She's setting our room up. She gave us our room here. Would you all be willing to acknowledge the kindness, caring, and gratitude you have for yourself as a being who chose to have your body? Breathe into it. Acknowledge your sweet, sweet, kind body, which would not be here if you hadn't chose it. In fact, if you decided to leave tomorrow, your body would probably just go, oh my God, I don't want to do this on my own, and throw itself on the ground because it so adores you. It would never be here without you. And money is for bodies. So let's get started with this poll. Okay, so if everyone can acknowledge all the barriers that have either come up just by being on this call, or all the barriers that you're aware of by sharing the space that everyone else has on this call while sharing awareness, would you all be willing to acknowledge them? And let's push them down on 3. Just like rolling the car window down. 1, 2, 3. And acknowledge your body if it has a sensory difference. Is there more ease, more joy, more space? Or is something just undefinably different? Yeah, there we go. Cool. So lowering the barriers is such a key point. Now, acknowledge how much space you are aware of right now in your world. What's the farthest thing away from your body that you're aware of? Or the farthest being or person or thought? Right, so whatever that place is, that's how much space you're currently occupying. It's not a wrongness, it's an awareness that you just had. Would you be willing to expand that out 100-fold? There we go. Just roll out like a weather storm in all directions with your awareness. Let's have some fun with this. How much fun would it be to be your own personal hurricane? Oh, I don't like my family. I'm going to show up as a hurricane. Okay, that would be being joy. No point of view. Cool. And now, would you be willing to expand out all the way around the entire globe with your awareness? In all directions, up, down, all around. Acknowledge how much the earth adores you, wants to contribute to you, and will do anything that it'll give you anything. You'll lower your barriers down low enough for it to give them to you. She's just a big joy ball, a big dirt joy ball sitting right under our feet, waiting to contribute to us anything we want at any point. How much fun is that to know that she is a huge possibility for you to contribute money to you by contributing the joy energy to you? Yeah. And now can we all acknowledge the access, the energy of access, the company, the being, Gary and Dane? And would you all be willing to ask them to contribute to you to make more money than you can spend for all your classes and never enough? Just reach out. They will contribute to you generously. There you go. Let it pull it in, pull it in. And would you allow it to pull into your body and through your body? The fact that you trap things in your body is such a lie that was put here. It is just not a truth. It may be true for some of the dumb people, But unless you consider yourself one of the dumb people, you might be on the wrong call. But I don't see any dumb people on the call. Yeah. So everything that doesn't allow you to totally receive from the earth, and just pull it up through your feet and your seat. There you go. And allow your chair to comfort your body. Allow the floor to support your feet. You just feel the energy start to move up. You ask the earth for contribution. There we go. And would you all be willing to receive that much energy and more from the entire galaxy, the universe? What if you expanded out 100,000 light years in all directions? Even if it's weird. Probably will be weird. It probably should be weird if you got that much. Just saying. Get your weird on. Exactly. And pull. Pull. There we go. And the way you pull is, it's not even a doing. All you have to do is acknowledge your gratitude for yourself and find something around you that's like, it lights you up. It makes you feel alive. Like, I really love the color of this desk. It's this awesome brown color. Makes me feel grateful. As simple as that. Or the texture of your clothing. Or a fond memory of a friend. There we go. Yeah. And you get, when you acknowledge that energy, does something change for you in your world? You become more alive. Do you have more sensory input from your body? Does your body go, yay? Yeah, exactly. Okay, and now who else? Let's ask the 10,000 plus that exist on the globe, the 10,000 in consciousness, which is growing rapidly. Have you asked them if they would contribute to all of your money flows for your classes? And if you haven't, would you like to? Would you guys all be willing to contribute to my money flows now? And all the things I don't know that I'm pretending I do know, that I'm using to block all the energy flows, would you show them to me so I can choose to get rid of them? And everything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy and uncreate times of God saying? Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts. Boys and beyonds. Oh, yeah. There we go. And can you acknowledge some place that's close to where you and your body are that's nature? The kindness of a stream. The gentilities of a blue sky. The wind rustling through forests. And can we pull energy from those places now too? Allow those trees and forests and streams to all just, yeah, there we go. Allow them just to dump energy into your world. Lowering your barriers even more. So the energy of joy and the energy of money are very similar. Would you be, is it capable for you to be the energy of money now that it's really close to the energy of joy? Everything that doesn't allow you to destroy that, can we destroy and uncreate times of God zillion? Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pot. All 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Be joy. It's kind of like joy is a homosexual or a lesbian. All it wants to do is get with the same energy, right? Isn't that weird? Because joy and money are apparently lovers. I know this is a joke and we're supposed to be serious now, but I'm not very good at it. Everything that didn't bring up, can we destroy and uncreate times of God's good, bad, right or wrong, puck and pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Boy, I'm a lesbian in a gay man's body, so I must be really rich. No, I'm just joking. That's not supposed to mean anything. It's just supposed to put you in question. Hopefully it worked. Okay, okay, great, great. Now, what else is possible here with money? Would you be willing to start pulling money into the backside of your body as a kindness, like butterfly wings touching the back of your body? And pull it in, pull it in, pull it in, and allow it to flow out the front of you. And allow those butterfly wings of cash and prizes to tickle you from the inside out.
ビール飛んでるわ、ここ。
What's that? Do we have a question?
あそこ。ご飯は
Okay, I think that it's a foreign language, so I don't quite understand it. And we don't have any translators on tonight. Let's see here. Is that Yasunori?
こっちゃ、こっちゃ。
Okay. Can someone translate for us? Is there anybody else that speaks her language? Hiroko, do you speak the same language? I think she does. Cool, we have a question. It looks like she's typing. While Hiroko's typing, and if any of you do have questions, you can put it in the chat box if you don't want to come off of mute right now. Now's the time. So let's acknowledge, do you feel like you have more space? Is there more flow? Is your body more at ease? Okay. So can we all acknowledge this? This is the space that money desires to be with. This is the space that comes to you. You're willing to continually make it a continual choice to be joy. We're having a huge planetary shift here, because before, up to this point, money bought you joy, but now it's the other way. Money comes to joy. Okay, great. Thank you, Yasunori. Is that correct? Okay, there we go. Great, great. Okay. And if we have some more Japanese people on our future calls, I would love to, we'll definitely do some translation so we can get a little bit more coverage for you guys. All right, does anyone else have any questions? Okay, from Maria Garapek. Maria, how are you? She says, Matt, can we do something around not creating and generating something you know will create money and future money streams with ease? Let's see. Creating. Okay, so when you come across something that has made money in the past and it's not making money anymore, or you had already decided it's going to create money, but it hasn't, this is the place where you have to ask a question. And often we've already decided that we will like the end product of something we're creating so much that we never actually ask, does the world desire to receive this? So I would say to start, Maria, does the world desire to receive this thing that you're creating that hasn't generated any money yet? Let's see, and Maria, would you like to come off mute? Okay, you're unmuted, dear. Maria, can you hear me? Apparently not. Okay, there we go. All right, does that help? So questions around that, Maria, would be, all right, what else is possible around this? What do I not want to know about this? And something we're gonna cover here in a few minutes is the demons and entities of unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, and money unconsciousness. So how many, the first thing that comes up for me, Maria, is that I want to ask is, how many demons are you using to make sure that this never produces money so you can use money as the reason you can't choose? And everything that comes up around that, can we destroy and uncreate times a godzillion? Good, bad, right or wrong, Pakapod, all nines, shorts, boys, ons. Oh, yeah. Okay, great. So most people use money as the reason they can't choose. I do. Okay. You know what I'm noticing as we got to the questions part, it seems like there's like a total level of unconsciousness. Like, are you guys like, oh my God, I don't even know what to ask here? Does anybody have that going on for you? No? Steph's got the best nod on the entire call. I'd just like to say it. It's really obvious. Okay, so we'll keep going with the calls here, and then we're gonna, so Cindy Bateman here. Can you say more about things being stuck in our bodies being a lie? Yes. So there was two really big things, what we call implants. Two implants were impelled on humanoids to a tremendous degree in this reality. You're a humanoid if you're aware of anything outside of your body. If you're only aware of everything out to your skin, then you're a human. Just two different types of beings, okay? Humans only create from what they can sense out to their skin. Humanoids, some humanoids I know are aware, like 800,000 miles around them of everything going on with ease. Okay, so those kind of people, which is about, it's roughly a 50% split on the planet at the moment. I think it was 54%. If you're a humanoid, is it possible to have things stuck in your body when you have 800,000 miles of awareness in space around your body? That would be a no, Bob. And why is that? Well, it's because humanoids don't come from a solidified body world. They came from a place that of being an infinite being. And as an infinite being, everything's always available and anything can change in any moment. Now, if that's the case, could something get stuck in the container of your body if you were operating as a humanoid? Or would you just ask a question like, what is that? And so to answer Cindy's question really directly, the lie is that if you have an answer about things being stuck in your body, then they will stick in your body. Such as just saying things get stuck in my body, the universe will contribute to anything that you decide. So if you decided that, then it actually becomes a truth and the universe will support it, because the universe has no point of view. Actually, the universe doesn't even care about you, but it'll contribute whatever you ask for immediately. How cool is that to know? Okay. So as a humanoid, to answer your question from a different angle, let's see here, we've got plenty of new questions. As a humanoid, what do you do with that? Well, God, I just realized this is huge for money. How many other people, honesty check for yourself, how many of you people think that things get stuck in your body and you need to put your shields up to people? Do you put your shields up to people so you don't receive their energy? That'd be, okay, I'm just gonna guess, since some of you probably said yes and some of you said no, that I'm gonna pretend you all said yes. Okay, so if you put your shields up to anything, do you understand you're putting your shields up to money? If you try to separate yourself from anything, you have to separate yourself from money also. So can we all continue our money poll? Can you lower all your barriers while we're having this conversation and continue to receive how joyful and lovely it was Pulling in from 100 light years around. Expand it up, expand it down, and in all directions. Pulling in, pulling in, pulling in, pulling in. Lowering all the barriers around your body. 1, 2, 3. Thoughts, feelings, and emotions are also barriers. So would you be willing to let go of all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions, which will also help you have a space where things don't have to stick in your body anymore? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Okay. So if things are sticking in your body, then they're also not moving through your body. The thing to do with things sticking in your body, I'll do this exercise, is would everybody willing, again, to pull money in through the back of their bodies and move it out the front of their bodies with just as much ease as they allowed it in. Just contribute that money in through your back and out. This is going to melt all your barriers and let you know that money is a space where you have it in your world. It moves through your world. And now can you pull from all directions around you and pull money into all sides of your body, top and the bottom and the sides and the front, and allow it to continue to move in and through you and out to someone else. Because in an unlimited universe, all you need to be is be in the having of money. And having of money is where it's flowing through you like a stream. But if you try to capture the stream's going to eventually push you over and drown you while you're trying to hold on to a certain amount of water. So just allow the stream to continue to move through you. But everything that doesn't allow that, can we destroy and uncreate times a godzillion. Good, bad, right or wrong, pakapod, all 9 shorts, boys, meows. So we got a couple, 3 other questions here too. But I want to see, does anybody have a question they want to actually ask live? Is there any questions that's coming up for you from what we've covered so far? And if you want to ask, you can unmute yourself or just come right off. We would love to hear you. Your voice, if you actually do ask questions, how do I say it? There we go. Did someone just come off mute?
Hey, Matt, this is Angie.
Angie, how are you?
I'm good. I don't know how to put into question form what I'm experiencing. I'm having the experience of the last couple months as I'm expanding my business, people saying, yes, I totally want to hire you. And I get all excited and then nothing happens. No amount of follow through is actually bringing that to fruition. Mm-hmm. So I have no idea what I am creating that's blocking that.
Okay. So this is really key because this used to happen to me all the time also. We're talking about business, slightly different subject, but in our world, we're using business as the worth, like we talked about on the call, to exchange for the money. So if that's a dynamic you're still using, as soon as they say yes, you want to pull copious amounts of energy from them and push your barriers down and just receive the hell out of them till you know every secret in their universe, because you're receiving so much of their energy. Not because you're trying to be malicious, but because you're willing to push your barriers down and know everything about them. And as you start to have an awareness about everything in their world, they're going to acknowledge how much you're worth to them because you have less point of view about them than they do. And that's the gift you can be to them.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
And then trickle some back out. So you pull it in and you trickle it all back out. Just to trickle though. Most people don't like the fire hose treatment. Even I tried to force somebody to take $1,000 from me once. It didn't work. It was weird. But then I went, oh, what do you say? You just take a little money. Oh, I don't really. Oh, go ahead. And then they took it. So if you just trickle a little energy, it's going to be a much better success rate for you than it is to fire hose them. So does that apply to anyone else where your people are popping up and saying, yes, I'd like to have a piece of your cake, and then you never hear from them again? Okay. So pull energy. And you have to ask the universe, say, universe, can you make me be aware when they need more energy from me so I can equalize the flow? So you can give them a little bit more. Great question. Yeah,
Thank you for that, Matt.
Yeah. And you could do that same thing with money.
Yeah, that's what I was seeing, the parallel in. Yeah, so thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Money, 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 money. Who's got another question? Anybody got any other questions? Well, if you don't, I will read some of these other in the chat box. Okay, so let's see. Jay Fanasciaro says, can we pull from our multidimensional selves that already have actualized tons of money? Truth. Well, I guess we could. Let's try. Right? I've never actually asked that question before. So what are multidimensional selves? Well, I got another question. Thank you for that question. Let's all expand out 100,000 light years again and ask the question to all the energy, space, and consciousness between our bodies and 100,000 light years away. How much of me is not here on Earth today? And what do you guys get? An energy, awareness, some specifics. Well, whatever that is, what would it be like if you had 1,010% of everything you be right here now? Would there be any possibility of lack in your world if you were 1,010% here all the time? Okay, so let's pull all of our pieces and parts that we've left all over the universe because we thought they were better left somewhere else than being here. Can we pull them all in? And all you have to do is give it a little tug. Hey, Carrie. Okay, and lower all the barriers and all the points of view and all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that are coming up around that. There we go. 29 new messages. That's good. Okay, good. Okay, there we go. And pull. Allow your body to soften and to open. And can you allow it to relax? Allow your eyes to relax too. They've done a lot of seeing today. What if you just gave them a little vacation? You can even let them close if you wish. Let them sink back into the sockets. Fall back behind your eyes and expand out into all this space as you gather your brilliance and the parts and pieces of you that are ready to be here. So you can be the Godzillionaire that helps other people know that money follows joy. Actually, everything follows joy. It's weird. Yeah, cool. Pull and pull and pull. And if your head's a little interesting or you're not sure what's going on, if you'd be willing to just be an allowance of that, this may be you coming back into you. Cool, cool. And Claire Stringer says, I feel amazing, haha, very spaced out and joyful. My body's actually relaxing. And Miss Finociaro says, oh, geez, yes. Okay, we'll take that as it worked. Yes, there we go. Thank you. Crystal Walker, I hear that all the time. I don't believe it. I am infinite light and moving energy, and that protects me. That is huge. Yeah, I mean, if you want to protect yourself, you can do that too. But if you protect yourself from one thing, you protect yourself from all things. Unfortunately, energy has no point of view. So it's just a choice. Maybe, totally a choice. If I got that correctly, Crystal, I'm not sure I did. And Jackie says, holy shit. Okay. How much more holy money can we have? And can you share more about having versus holding money? Sure. Let's ask a question around this. If you can ask this question to yourself, are you currently choosing to have money or hold money? Which one's lighter? So having money is allowing whatever you're asking for to flow through you with no point of view. So you have to have a point of view to try to hold on to things. If you're holding on to all your money, then you can't actually use your money to create more money. If you're having money, then the awareness that all the money flowing into your reality creates, because it's constantly flowing through, and money is awareness too. The money will tell you what it wants you to do and be with the money to create more money. But if you put it in a container, hold it, and stop it, you also have to stop all the awareness of how much more money you could receive. I hope that helps, Steph. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Yes, yep. Yeah, and if you have less point of view about them than they do about others, then they can actually contribute to you, yeah. Gustav says, I've created a difficult, crappy work situation where I am now working from necessity to get it done because I know it will create more, but not feeling joyful as my day-to-day is very stressful. It's a pattern. My receiving is really shut off because I feel worthless. Okay, so how many conclusions were in that statement? Now, if we acknowledge conclusion, the universe immediately will contribute to our conclusions, even if they suck. Like, I feel worthless. The universe is like, okay, where can I get some more things to make him feel more worthless? And the universe is like, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Really, it works that way. It's so insane. So if you watch your languaging and you were to say, Gustav, what would it take to be the total worth of me that contributes to me, and then ask the universe that, and it'd be like, okay, cool, here it comes. Here's all the total worth of you contributing to you. The universe is just like, go, go, go. And if you don't have barriers, the universe can instantly contribute all of this change to you. Hopefully that helps. I'm still 29 messages behind. I'm going to have to get a secretary or a questionatary. That's it. New one, right? A questionnaire. New word. Hello. I'm going to get me a questionnaire. Yeah, this will be cool. Cool. All right. There we go. There we go. And Carrie says, I'm experiencing the same as Gustav. Okay, cool. For Carrie, I would ask, Gustav was basically saying the space of worthiness and working too much and never getting anywhere. Here's where we're going to go into the next piece on demons, entities, and question around money. The juicy part. Okay. So if you're feeling anything, if you have predominant feelings, thoughts, and emotions that are ruling your space whenever money comes up, you need to ask this question. How many demons have I hired to make sure money stays this way for me? Okay, and we're going to give you the demon clearing here on this really quick. How many demons have I hired to make sure money stays this way for me? And whatever awareness you get comes up, it may be a number, it may be a non-cognitive awareness of some sort. That's how many demons that you have in place around money. Now, demons We're going to talk about this at the end of the month on the 30th, where we're going to have the debunking demons and entity call. But I can give you a little bit here in reference to money, and that is demons only do what you hired them to do. And demons are not infinite beings. They are finite beings that are created in this duality. They only have they have a job like anything else. You know, a demon's job is to make sure things stop and stay in a box. Like a guard dog would be considered a good metaphor for a demon. It keeps everybody out of the house, and if somebody gets in the house, they kill it or they bite it, okay? And demons are good at their job, but you as an infinite being, for what reason would you ever make yourself smaller than a demon? Right? So everything that comes up around that can we destroy and uncreate. Good, bad, right or wrong, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And coming back to Carrie's question even more, whose thoughts, feelings, and emotions are you more aware of than your own that you haven't chosen to be aware of till now? Yeah, are they your thoughts, feelings, and emotions? Yeah, so anytime you recognize thoughts, feelings, and emotions that aren't yours, you are more than welcome to return them to sender on 3. Okay, so all the thoughts, feelings, and emotions that you guys have coming up around money, no money, can we gather them all up? And if they're not yours, can we return them to sender on 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow. Okay, more space, less space. More space, cool. Okay, so demons, another piece, whether demons are dealing with money or not money. Demons only use thoughts, feelings, and emotions to control the shit out of you. That's all they do. They're not smart enough to do anything else. Okay? So every time you have a thought, feeling, or emotion around money or no money, you need to ask this question. How many demons am I using to create this? Now, what do you do when all of a sudden you get a number of 670,000 in your head or whatever? Or one's an option too. All you have to do is say, say this clearing. It's really simple. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. My God, there's a lot of energy coming up around this. I think it's all of Japan. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. Go back to from whence you came, never to return to me or my money reality again. Okay, so I was kind of clearing a lot of demons for everyone on the call there just by being in the space, which you can do also. Okay, so how's your heads? Do they feel more relaxed or less relaxed after doing that clearing? How's your bodies? Is there a little more sense of, it's almost like an uncomfortableness, but it's a spacious uncomfortableness. Like everything's kind of buzzy, but okay. Okay, cool. Now, I'm just going to ask this question and we're going to POC and POD it. How many family money entities have you not been willing to be aware of that it's time for them to go? Family money entities make sure that all past generations of thoughts, feelings, emotions, and decisions, conclusions, and judgments around money continue to propagate into the future. So how many of those are you aware of? And would you be willing to release them now? And just ask them, who are you? Who were you before that, before that, before that, and 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 before that? And who will you be in the future? Your job's complete. Thank you. Take all your chemical and magnetic imprinting and baggage and be gone. Good, bad, right, or wrong, talk about it all night. Shorts. Boys and beyonds. Woo! Man, I may have to go to Japan pretty soon. Get all the money that's going to be falling out of the skies from all the entities we just released there. Wow. Let's bring my wheelbarrows. Okay, cool. All right, so that last question, I can barely remember where it actually stemmed from. But, oh yeah, from Carrie's question. So Carrie, same question. How many demons are you using to create this? How many entities are you using to create this? Now, entities in a nutshell, you're an entity. You're an entity with a body. Entity definition, super simple. Energy that has a identity. It's an energy with an identity. And once you have an identity, you're more than likely to keep it. So that means that that energy is stuck in some way. Now you're an entity with a physical body. How cool is that? 2 arms, 2 legs, cute little parts, nose, a mouth. You can touch other bodies, and that's really fun, right? Yeah, and so these other entities types are entities that have died, that have had bodies. And if you die tragically and you have a body, you're stuck here. So a lot of the stuff that goes through our heads that we think is ours is from entities that have already died here, and they don't have anybody to help them get unstuck. Or they're attached to your family or your lineage or some decision you made, or you brought them in, or you called the demons in to help you with something, which we'll talk. We're going to talk a lot more in depth about that on the next call. But let's bring it all back to money here. So let's expand out 100,000 miles and just say hello to all the possible revenue streams that have been waiting for you to take this call, and just say, hi, I'm ready now. And can you allow them to flow in? Flow in. Yeah, exactly. Just allow them to flow in. It's a little different than pulling. You're just lowering all your barriers. There we go. Lower your barriers and receive, my friends. Receive, receive, receive. Allow all that energy to come into your body, move out of your body. You might start thinking about your grandma or a dead relative or something you're doing tomorrow or your favorite pencil. All kinds of weird things can come up as soon as you start to receive more. Missy said, my head just hit the desk. Oh, honey, don't hit your head on the desk. That hurts. Okay, good. Okay, good. Yeah, and keep receiving and receiving and receiving. Now, all the possibilities that are going to happen forward that may seem like random thoughts passing through your head, how much more aware will you be willing from this class forward to start listening to all of those random thoughts and start asking the universe, can I have clarity if these are mine or someone else's? So you can start having a differentiation between all these things that go through our heads. Our heads are like antennas. If you're a humanoid, you're just like a radio antenna and you're hearing everybody else's stuff going on. But if you were willing to discern the difference between your thoughts and all the other thoughts, how much easier would it be to be an allowance of all the other thoughts and feelings and emotions, and also be able to receive the ones that actually you solicited them coming to you by saying, can I have the money now, please? Yeah. Okay, so here's our next one then. How's that? Is that sinking in for you guys? Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to say this 10 times, if you all will. Can I have the money now, please? And the reason we're saying it as a question is because question creates awareness. If you say, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money, it may come to you, but you don't get any new awareness with it. Okay? So 10 times, can I have the money now, please? 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 Cool. So now we're going to ask some more questions. So how much money would each of you need to have in your world in this given conversation so that you could stop making money significant? How much money would you have to have in your world now so you could choose joy easily? Okay, so get that amount, whatever it is. It already came to you even before your gears started running. Okay, now let's put that money into energy in a ball in front of us. Okay, let's make a new energy ball in front of us, whatever that amount of money is. Now I want you to take that amount of money and do a ×2. Okay, so twice that amount. Okay, good. Now can you lower all your barriers to receiving it however it shows up, even if you have to be a prostitute or a drug salesman? Okay, everybody good? Just for this energy pull. I'm not saying you have to go hooking and sell drugs. I'm not saying that, but willingness to be able to receive that will open up tremendous amount more different pathways for you. So allow that to go in there. Put your willingness to be a prostitute and drug salesperson, drug dealer into the energy ball so the universe knows you're willing to receive it. And now let's pull heaps of energy into your willingness and this amount ×2 from all places, spaces, people, and faces in the universe. Yeah. Okay, and as you pull energy and start using these energy pulls more, you will become aware of more barriers. Please have a sense of gratitude and joy when you recognize the other barriers. That's because you're starting to pull the barriers down. And the more barriers, the more dominoes that fall, the more dominoes you'll be aware of. How much better does it get than that? Pull, 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 pull. Now would you trickle and tickle out that butterfly touch of energy to all the people, places, and spaces who can assist bringing this money to you, who are people who want to come to you, like Angie was saying, for a job, and just start tickling them and expand out. If you contract in, it means that the money has to contract also. So if you expand out, there's how much more space for the money. And the access energy, hello access energy, hello 10,000 plus in consciousness. Can I have a contribution from you all now, please also, and pull. Now, if you're being the energy that you're asking for, this stuff comes 10,000 times faster. So acknowledge the energy of having your money ×2 in your hands right now. Yeah, that sense of ease and joy and glory. There you go. Now be that energy. Guess what? That money's not in your hands and you're being the energy. What are you guys, infinite beings or something? I can feel it all the way over here. Yeah, cool. That's it. So be that energy. Put that energy into the pull. Now pull that ball into the space of your body and expand it out as far as it needs to be. You can ask it how big it needs to be. It may not need to be a ball anymore. So all the people can start connecting, and there we go. Pull, 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 pull. Pull, 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 pull. And everything you all decided you'll never be, if that's the only way you can receive money, would you destroy and uncreate all that now, please? Good, bad, right or wrong, puck about all night shorts, boys and beyond. It could be the weirdest of things. You know, maybe you decided you'd never be a banker again because you thought bankers were evil. Well, bankers are rich motherfuckers too. So if that's your case, would you please be a banker now? Please, on three. 1, 2, 3. Okay, good. Okay. Now you can do these polls anytime you want. Now that you've learned one of them, you can do them, and you can just sit down and do it for 30 seconds. Just lower your berries and pull in, or go sit at the park and receive the trees. And be that energy of $200,000 or whatever your amount was. Be the energy of having that now and allowing it to flow through you now. Missy says, can I have the money now, please, ghosties? Okay, so great point. Thank you, Missy. So have you ever asked how many entities would enjoy bringing you money? We're talking about the ones that don't have bodies. Okay, so can you pull on all their energies? All the entities who are ready and willing, capable and desiring to bring you money into your world. Gather them around. There we go. And pull and include them. Pull them into that energy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now let's contribute even more. Would you allow your bodies to contribute to your money flows? Did you guys know that the reason you're here is to have a body? So how much would your bodies like to contribute to your money flows? Heaps, right? So here's how we're going to do a body money flow. So just get the energy of being just delighted by being here. The energy of orgasm, the energy of the cosmic creationary energy. There we go. Just your body will happily contribute to this. Money's for bodies, so why wouldn't bodies contribute to your money? So let's gather a big handful of all that delightful orgasmic energy that your bodies be and contribute it to your money flows on 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to put a 4 in there. And whew, that was pulled so much energy through my body. The 4s are all the magic possibilities that you haven't summoned yet that are available. A lot of the entities actually may be involved with some of the 4s. So all the golden arrows of possibility that are ready to shoot into your reality, would you release them on 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5s, all the 5s, all the algorithms in your money that you're aware of now, that we had to get to this point in the call before you could actually get to all the algorithms around money that can easily be destroyed and uncreated on 5. Put a bubble around your phone and your car and your laptops and your electronics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, some of these algorithms may have been in place for hundreds of generations. So if you have thoughts about your grandfather or some experience or things pop into your head, be that kindness and gratitude and that you can have for yourself that recognizes that by you doing this work, you're changing your money future. So, yay, we got 8 minutes for more questions. How is everyone? As someone says, what would it create if we listened to the replay of the call every day? I wonder. I bet it might create something for you guys. Darlene Sochin says heart flutters. Yeah, How much does money want to get into your chest? Yeah. Rebecca says, thank you. Jackie's got a big thank you. Any last minute questions? I am here for you. If you've got something particular around money and we haven't been able to shake it, just take yourself off mute and I'm happy to see what else we can change here with any of you.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Who's
So,
this?
Josephine.
Josephine, how are you?
Hi. Grateful. Thank you so much.
Sure.
Responsibility. The energy of like responsibility and like, along with money. I can like feel it in certain places and spaces around me, but I know it's not mine. I don't know how to really put words to it.
Mm-hmm. Can you put it in a question for me?
Yes. What can I do to change feeling such heaviness around money and responsibility with money?
Okay, sure. So thoughts, feelings, and emotions are a demon's primary tools to control you.
Got it.
So are you aware of your thoughts, feelings, and emotions, someone else's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, or some other entity and demon's thoughts, feelings, and emotions?
The latter.
The last one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is where you want to use your entity and demon tools that we talked about at the beginning.
Yep.
Well, we can go back
Okay.
there. Yeah. So all the demons you're using to create this, return to from whence it came, never to return to you or your reality again, return to from whence it came, never to return to you or your reality again, return to from whence it came, never to return to you or your reality again. Thank you, goodbye. And how many entities are you using to make money a heavy responsibility as your own only choosing? Truth, other than your grandma, how many entities?
I just had the awareness that they're not mine. They're like, but they're all around me.
Sure.
So I can still have an impact on
Yeah,
them.
what if this is a new space for you? I mean, I've seen you on a few other calls, and it seems like, do you have an in-depth capacity to talk to a lot of entities at once?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been how much more consciously would you be willing to use that to your advantage? How much more present and accountable in your body while you're having all that awareness come in would you be willing to be as the new responsibility for you in the future? A responsibility for you to be joyfully embodied with your flesh and all of your spidey senses at the same time.
That just made me smile and giggle. So thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Right. Anything that doesn't allow that, can you destroy and uncreate times a godzillion?
Absolutely.
Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts for Trudy and Steph. That call was amazing, shifting entire universe.
Hi, Matt.
Yes.
I'm Shalini here.
Oh, hey. Can you say your name one more time?
Yes, I'm Shalini from India.
Shalini, how are you, my dear?
I'm good, thank you. Matt, what can be done when doubts start creeping in about your own ability to create more, especially when it comes to finances?
Entity call, end of the month, but same thing, we're going to hit it again. Whenever you have thoughts, feelings, or emotions, is doubt a thought, feeling, or an emotion?
Okay.
So, right, yeah. So we as infinite beings, we don't.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
Was that a demon jet? Huh? Yeah, okay. Yeah. So as infinite beings, we do not have thoughts, feelings, or emotions.
Okay.
Now, in a planetary culture for so many trillions of years, we've grown to actually make them valuable and more valuable than we are as our awareness and our beings. that we've taken ourselves out of choice. So we're like, nope, I have to be in feelings, thoughts, and emotions, or otherwise I have no value here. And especially perhaps coming from your part of the world, that may be a predominant point of view. So
Yes.
what I'm going to ask you is, whose doubt does that belong to? Is that yours, someone else's, or some other entities?
My family?
Yes. Okay, great. So how many entities and demons is your family using to yeah, thank you, Maria. Doubt is a distractor implant. How many entities and demons is your family using to solidify your financial future?
What I get answered is tons of them.
Yeah, exactly. So you are the kindness, caring, and gratitude that can help all of these entities be released so they do not have to continue on into the future another 100 or 200 generations. How cool is that?
Very cool.
So how you do that is the first question we asked. How many entities or demons are in this case, how many entities is my family using to create the solidification of the financial future that they're choosing? And how many do you get?
I get 100 million of them through generations.
Right. So
And
you
I
may be more psychic than you're aware of. You may be looking at all of India. But how many does your family have?
100.
Okay. So more than 100 or less than 100?
100.
100 spot on. Okay. All right. So all 100 of those entities, would you be willing to be as much space as our energy pulls, go out 100,000 light years in all directions, and be more space than these 100 entities times a godzillion, and say hello to them? Say, who are you? Who are you before that?
Okay.
And before that? And before that? And before that? And before that? And who will you be in the future? Thank you. Your job here is complete. Good, bad, right or wrong, puck and pot, all 9 shorts, boys and girls. How much better is it getting that?
It gets lighter. I'm feeling something on my forehead, but it's like a constriction on my throat, and I sense it's like a demonic energy.
Okay.
Completely.
So how many demons are you, family demons, are you aware of solidifying your financial future?
5.
Okay, cool. That's easy. Demons are easy. They're just like best little dogs. You just send them to the pound. Okay. And how you do that is acknowledge those 5 demons. And you're going to have to say this as many times as it takes. I don't know how
Okay.
many times it's going to be for you. It could be 1 time. It could be 500. But as you're saying it, the energy will start to change and a lightness will come up. And what you say,
Okay.
return to from whence you came, never to return to you or your reality again. Return to from whence you came, never to return to you or your financial reality again. Return to from whence you came, never to return to you or your financial reality again. And return to from whence you came, never to return to you or your financial reality again. Return to from whence you came, never to return to you or your financial reality again. And so there, are you aware of how the energy is starting to dissipate?
Yes.
Okay, that's how you know when they're done. They're gone. Bye-bye, motherfuckers. Okay, good.
Oh, anything to be free of all this.
Yes, yes. So in the future, I want to ask you, when you come up, when you feel, when you have thoughts, feelings, emotions, and or distractor implants, there's 20 distractor implants. And as Maria said, doubt is one of them. When you're aware of doubt, you've got to acknowledge you don't do doubt as an infinite being. And that's where your question will begin. How manipulatively questionable can you be when those come up?
Okay.
Cool. Thank you so much for asking too. It takes a lot of courage. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Matt.
Okay. God, that was great. I love those last two questions. Thank you. And I think I got cut off right in the middle of Trudy's thank you. Oh, Trudy and Steph, thank you guys. You guys are adorable. So appreciate your willingness to be on this call and contribute and just be no point of view and receive. I got a few minutes. If there's, are there any other questions about your money for classes and your future that you want to ask that's particular to you? A lot of space has been cleared up, so anybody does.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Hey, it's Gabrielle. Thank you.
Gabrielle, how are you, my friend?
Yeah, all right. Awesome call. I had a question about money flowing through me. So how would a person actually have money? Like, wouldn't we all be at zero if money were just flowing through us?
Well, it's if we go back to the beginning of the call and just revisit the part about money is an algorithm that is based on worth and and balance. And worth and balance, are those actually a reality in an infinite being's reality?
Oh, okay.
I'm worth something so I can have money. Would an infinite being ever be worth something, or would it just have what it wanted to have?
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so if you allow money to continue to move through you, Gabrielle, that means you will continue to receive money. If you take your money and trap it and say, I'm holding on to this, I'm holding on to this, can you receive money anymore?
Okay, yeah, it blocks the flow.
Yeah, you're putting that barrier around the amount of money you've decided is okay to have in that moment. So it basically stops all your flows. How much have your flows stopped, Gabrielle, in the last 6 months?
How much of my flow stop?
How much is your money flowing into your reality stopped in the last 6 months? A lot or a little?
That's assuming it ever started.
Okay. Well, how can you use that to your advantage? Yeah. You're at ground zero. It's all straight up from here.
Right.
Cool. So everything that doesn't allow you to acknowledge that, if you let the world know who you are as a being, money will start being in your world. Anything that doesn't allow you to recognize that, can you destroy and uncreate times a godzillion?
Yeah.
Good, bad, right or wrong, puck and pod, all 9 shorts, boys and mutes. And all the points of view that you may be holding around who you be as a being, who you being as a body, and who you be as a gender, would you be willing to destroy and uncreate anything that is keeping those as significant or insignificant?
Yep.
Okay, good. This may make some catatonic shifts for you. Good, bad, right or wrong, puck and pod, all 9 shorts. Boys and beyonds. All of that is cool, because you as a being would choose, you just get a body and get it on, right? Right? That's
of course.
Here. So let's get this on. You know, you want to get it on with your mate. You want to get it on with your pocketbook. You want to get it on with your baseball team. You want to get it on with nature, whatever it is. Acknowledging that is a space. If you acknowledge the excitement and the joy that you have with getting it on with whatever it is you're choosing, money has to come into your world, because you have to lower your barriers to start receiving all of those things. So how's that help?
All right. Thanks, mate.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that question. Cool. Wow, that made my head spin. That was kind of cool. It's got the spinny head syndrome. Cool. So any other questions around? Did I see a hand go up for Meg? Do you want me to unmute you, Meg? I can. Okay, I unmuted you, Meg. There we go.
All right, I keep having this question or this awareness come up, and I don't want to ask it because it feels like too personal. But I am having, I'm in the middle of getting a divorce, and my husband's using money just so much against me.
Mhm.
And I'm also in the process of building my business and starting out for myself. And I just have this huge stick around this, I guess, like I'm not sure how to do it by myself, or how to create the money and support myself.
Mhm.
And then I keep getting this, well, I don't have to do it by myself, but I'm not willing to receive from him, and he's not giving to me. So there's this constant,
Mhm.
I'm just stuck there. And
Sure.
I'd like to move that energy so I can start receiving the good and the bad around it.
Well, would you like to receive money from him?
Yes. Or yes. That would be great.
Before I asked the question, but as soon as you answered it, it actually shifted. How cool is that?
Yeah.
Yes. You said you're not receiving money from him and he's not giving it. So did that actually just change? You receive money from your husband now.
Cool.
Yeah. So everything that doesn't allow you to do the money pull on your ex-hubby. Would you be willing to do that?
Yeah.
Get the joy of being you.
Yeah.
In your new future, where it's inevitable, you will have many choices to receive and a plethora of different ways, money and joy and everything you're asking for. And can you just start pulling everything your hubby is and everything, all the money he has, into your body and through your body?
Okay.
And just relax all the barriers down. This is like a great place. I just love this. And allow it to just completely start to soften and open you. And how much more space do you have to be for this to be fun and easy for you? Do you have to be 10 feet larger, 100 miles larger, 100,000 miles larger, 100 light years larger, 100,000 light years larger? Now, can you just trickle back the smile? And what can you trickle back to your husband what he actually requires from you for this to be for him? And does he need a little bit of gratitude? Even if you're not grateful, you just give him a little gratitude trickle.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, thanks for taking me on this ride up to this place, my kind friend. I'm sorry it didn't turn out the way we planned. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And would you allow your husband and his money back into your chest? How much money would we have to pack into your chest, my dear, for your heart to open up wide again? 100,000? 200,000? Come on, girl, tell me.
I don't know. Yeah, sure. That sounds great.
Okay.
I'll have
Great.
all that too.
Okay, so start asking access and the energies of the classes, and can you start following the energies of the classes that will give you. Nice job. Nice job, Meg. I really, that takes a lot to say on a big call like this. So thank you for
Yeah, that got me. I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How much gooder does it get from here?
How much gooder?
There's a step up to that. It's not in Wikipedia yet, but it's gooder.
Thank you.
No. Yeah. Thank you.
Whew.
Okay. We're going to go ahead and run this out for another 15 minutes because there's so much change happening here. So,
Matt, this is Shalini. Could I ask another question, please?
yes, of course. Of course.
Matt, if you've gone through what can be asked if you've gone through financial bankruptcy completely? What question can be asked to come out of that?
Sure.
trauma of that.
I think Gary was talking about this when Shannon, one of his stepdaughters, came to a point, and she said she'd pretty much run all of her bills into the gutter, and she had no money, and she's like, "Dad, I'm going to get bankrupt." And he says, "You don't do that or I will kill you." And it's the energy that came up. So if you've already chosen bankruptcy, that's a choice you've made. So all the points of view that you made when you created and chose that bankruptcy, my question is, are they still in your universe? Truth. Do you still have all the points of view about bankruptcy that pushed you to bankruptcy? Truth.
It's a yes and a no. Both are coming.
Okay, yeah. So is it a truth with a lie attached?
A truth with a lie attached.
Yes. Is that what it is? A truth with a lie attached or something else? Truth with a lie attached or something else? What do you get? Which one's lighter?
Something else sounds heavy.
Okay, good. Thank you for
Very heavy.
your awareness. All right. So a truth with a lie attached. So all you have to do when you have a truth with a lie attached is ask these two questions. What part of this is a truth? What part of this is a lie?
Okay.
What's the first thing that comes into your mind?
What part of this is the truth?
And what part of this is a lie?
Yes.
So when you said what part of this is a lie, were you aware of someone?
Yes.
Okay.
My ex-husband have just moved out from him.
Okay, great. So was he the lie in the bankruptcy? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And what was the truth? Did you have to actually do the bankruptcy or did you go with someone else's choice?
I went along with his choice.
Okay, great. So great awareness. What can you choose now? Right. And what if you never had to choose anyone else's choice again? You never had to resist anyone else's choices again, and you could always be in total awareness. So everything that doesn't allow you to acknowledge the infinite being you are, my dear, can we destroy and uncreate all that times of God's love?
Yes, completely.
Beyond country, beyond religion, beyond ethnicity, beyond gender, destroy and uncreate all that is times a godzillion. Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pot, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Wow, a lot of charts there. What are you trying to clear your whole country?
That's heavy, Matt.
Well, don't do it unless they pay you.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Cool. So the question, you might want to write this down and put it on a loop, is what am I refusing? This is about your bankruptcy thing.
Okay.
What financial future am I continuing to refuse by not changing the bankruptcy energy that I use?
Okay. I
And
shall.
everything that comes up around that, destroy and uncreate times of God's own.
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, pocket pot, all died, shorts, boys, and beyonds. Yeah, sometimes it's wait until the last minute of the call before any of the magic happens. How cool is that?
It's cool. I required this to change my energy. Been in so much of question how to change my financial reality.
Sure. Well, go get rich, please.
Yes, and especially with all the classes coming up and me just seeing each class just go by, it was a question in my world that what am I missing out? What am I not being able to create? Where am I restricting my flow of finances and my creation?
So, Cone, on that same thread that you're talking about there, everybody's seeing all the classes go by. You're not taking them. You're not getting them. Remember when we did the energy pull? Hold the amount of money that you know you would require. Oops, just a sec. I think something happened with my microphone. Okay, there we go. My microphone was having a weird out.
Entities.
Entities, come on. Hold on here. One moment, please. Well, I get weird with the entities. The technology entities. Okay, and there we go. Okay, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can see you.
What would it take? Let's see here. FaceTime camera. Oh, well, I guess I'll have to send you a picture of me. Look, it looks like my camera just went on the fritz. How cool is that? How much better is it getting that? I get a new camera. So on that note, back to, can you all be with the energy of having the amount of money you require and just acknowledge the space that that creates for you, whatever that amount of money is. And now can we flip all the poverty molecules in your reality that make it that the money is creating the joy, and flip it so that the joy creates the money on 3. 1, 2, 3. Flip all the joy. So just ask for all the molecules in my reality that are holding poverty this way to flip 180 degrees. You don't have to see them. Just ask for them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, what would it take to get my video back on? Yay, I just had to flip the poverty molecules and I'm back on. Okay, cool. All right, so same or different? We flip those poverty molecules. Shalini?
It's singing. Back is very heavy.
Okay.
Shoulders, it's a weight on my shoulders completely.
Yeah, so who's sitting on, who or what is sitting on your shoulders?
Projections, entities of projections.
Is it okay for a woman of your stature in your country to have a lot of money and not have a husband?
Yes.
It is.
It's all right, the way I am now.
It's all right. That didn't seem very enthusiastic.
Yes,
Okay.
that's breaking all the barriers of all cultures and all the limitations of thought processes in my country.
Okay. So how
Over
much?
here, it's important to have an umbrella of a man's name around you. Stepping out of a family for divorce after 27 years is also a huge thing.
Yes. So my question for you is this. Would you be willing to do it for you and not have
Yes.
for your whole country to start? Because how much of the weight on your shoulders is your entire country and you're trying to take them with you?
Completely. I sense it's more than me.
Yes, exactly. So everything that doesn't allow you to be in awareness on who actually will go, who will contribute to your process of stepping into being this person you are and the stature you are and having the money you want in your country. Can we destroy and uncreate anything that doesn't allow that to happen with you?
Yes.
Good, bad, right, wrong, pocket pot, all night, short, boys, and beyonds. There we go. Cool. All right. So the key on this last piece that Shalini's talking about is you've got to be willing to leave everybody else behind if you want to have the money you're asking for, and also be willing to receive money from wherever it comes from, even if you feel like the wrongest person in your entire reality. Are you guys willing to, when the wrongness comes up, and the willingness to actually be something different comes up and nobody wants to go with you, are you willing to do it no matter what, no matter how, and just go?
Yes.
Okay. Everything that doesn't allow everyone on this call, including Shalini, to do that with total ease, joy, and glory, can we destroy and uncreate times God say?
Yes.
Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pod, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. And let's do a little energy pull, and everybody gather up some energy between your hands. And we're going to do a global contribution from everyone, for everyone who's asking to step up and step into ease with money in classes. We're all going to contribute to that being exponentially easier. So can we expand out that 100,000 light years, gather all the energy and possibilities of the entire universe that can contribute to the joy and the ease and the money on 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And all the 4s. Cute little arrows. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. Okay, however you want to do this. Okay. All right, so same or difference, Shalini?
Better.
Better. Okay, lighter.
It's like I have all this positivity, just flowing, positive energy that I am present.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, now it's choice. Choice is your trump card now, my dear.
I choose to move forward, and I shut all my back doors completely.
Shut those back doors. No more escaping. Let's keep you in this reality so you can blow it apart.
Yes.
Thank you.
I choose that. I'll have that, Madam. Thank you. Thank you a zillion times.
Thanks for being courageous to get up there and ask a question. All right, we've got 6 more minutes, folks. Anybody else got any last questions or?
Me,
Me.
Vanessa.
Vanessa, my dear, what questions do you have going with your financial reality?
First, I'm so grateful for all your videos, for this call. They are amazing. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
And I realized that the more money I make, the more alone or without partners I am. So it's like more money, more freedom, more space, less men in my life.
Well, why wouldn't you just buy one then? I can probably give you a list of 200 guys who would love to be purchased by you. Just saying. So back to the energy of it. Yeah, that was good. So anything that doesn't allow you to continue to receive all the different type of partners that are available for you in the universe, as you start to change the role play of our planet, where women are running from a masculine energy more than they have, and men are choosing to be the consciousness in space, less masculine. Can you destroy and uncreate everything that doesn't allow that to shift for you so you can be the invitation to something different?
Yes, please.
Good, bad, right or wrong, pocket pot, all 9 shorts, boys and beyond. What country do you live in, dear?
I live in Mexico.
Mexico. Okay, good. Okay. Would you like to live in a different country?
I would like to, but I have 3 kids, so I'm divorced. So sometimes I think or feel or whatever that my kids have a great life here, you know. Mm-hmm. It's like kind of selfish to move.
Sure. Well, it's an interesting question. You know what I would say? It's so funny we're asking how to get money for your classes. I'd say how many classes can you go to get something else?
Okay.
And bringing those questions to the classes, since it's an interesting twist on this class, I really wonder how much that would contribute to access, to actually bring those questions you have to the microphone at some access classes. I think that might change a lot of women's worlds and men's worlds. So,
Wow.
yeah, anything that doesn't allow you to be the magic and the possibility that you already are just by showing up and choosing money, can we destroy and uncreate all that?
Yes, please.
Right around pocket pot, all night short sports. Yes. Ooh,
Yeah.
wow. Jesus, I might have to find me some rich women. I'm lagging this. I never even thought there was a bunch of them out there. Cool. So does that address the energy, or is there some more questions?
Wow. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, thanks for your courage. Any last courageous, I'm ready to change my money world people in 2 minutes or less? If you'd like to press your microphone unmute button, door number 3 will be opening shortly. Or I can read the rest of the questions here on the chat. Okay. Somebody says, are we going to have a replay? Yes. If you signed up for the call, you'll get the replay, no problem. And Claire Stringer says there's a class coming up next month that I'd really like to be at in Spain. I kept going to what do I do to get money for it, then thinking I won't be able to do it and feel sad. We just turned that over. So every time you go to, the sadness, you just have to ask for all the poverty molecules to flip and be the joy of having twice the amount of money you require. Should we do that all again one more time? Be the joy having receive the joy of having twice the amount of money that you require to be happy now. Yeah. Okay, that's you being the invitation to that money. And the continual choice of being that is what is going to generate your world. You're going to have to commit to yourself. You're going to have to practice. You're going to have to stick with it. You're going to have to use all the tools we had on this call. So definitely reread this call and or re-listen to this call and get the tools out of this call so you can start using them right away. Because you changing your world changes everyone's world who's choosing. Every time you make a significant change in your world, it affects 350,000 people who are choosing in their worlds also. So you may be contributing a lot more to the world than you think by choosing for you. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being on this call. Yeah, a lot actually. You being on the call actually opened up.
Turn this off. Hang on 1 second for me. Sorry.
Sure. Who's this? Did we have one last person on there? Okay, great. So you'll receive an email shortly, and we will get you guys the replay for this shortly and the audio. Thank you so much for being on it. There's 2 classes coming up shortly that you can branch out with on this, and you can catch them on my Facebook page. But basically, last day of the month, we're going to have entities and demons and debunking all the stuff around that. So you can actually have some practical tools to start using it in your reality. That's September 30th. And the first, we're going to start a 30-day ease, joy, and money energy pull class. 30 days of that, 15 minutes a day. Basically, it's going to be practice being joy every day and watch the money flow. So thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Hope to see you all soon. How much better is it getting? What else is possible? See you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Matt.
Thank you.
Okay, you're all in.
Bye.
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 Thank you, Matt.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Let's see if there's a break there.